Make about $1,200 a week selling covered calls, but it's pretty costly. So are there other stocks out there that are maybe a little bit more attainable for the average retail investor or trader, especially if you're just trying to learn how about this? Let's take a look. By the way, I have a new policy here, which is if you're not following me, I'm not going to respond to you. It's one of the ways that I set some boundaries because some people really love to take advantage. So follow me, I'll answer your question. Got this comment saying, can you do one on Rivian? That might be more attainable, right? 100 shares of HIMS is going to cost you $4,500 to $5,000. Most retail investors or most retail traders probably can't swing a $5,000 trade. So let's do one with Rivian. And I'm going to walk you through the whole process. First things first, we have to buy 100 shares because one contract equals 100 shares. Okay, so we can see that Rivian is currently around $12 and let's just say 18 or 19 cents. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to go right here to where it says buy. And you can see that we've got this little order tab here to buy 100 shares at $12.18. I'm going to hit confirm and send. All right, so I'm going to use my little lip balm to cover up my account number, but you can see it's going to cost me $1,218. Now, I sell weekly contracts because I want to make weekly income. So this contract expires on August 22nd. Now that means by closing price on this Friday, Rivian has to be over $12.50. And it's around $15 per contract. So what this means is if Rivian is $12.50 or above, my shares get assigned. They're gone, but I get to keep that premium. If it's $12.49 or below, I get to keep my shares and the premium. Now on Friday, August 22nd, if Rivian closes at $12.50 or above, I am required to sell it at $12.50. This is the agreement that we're making with the person on the other side. That means if something happens and Rivian goes to $17, there are options here. You can roll the contract, you can buy back the options contract. That's more complicated stuff. It's in this playlist, but for the sake of this video talking about the risks, one of the risks is that upside is capped. The other risk is that you could buy the stock at $12.18, make $16 in premium, but the stock drops to $7 and you're stuck sitting on a pretty big loss. Those are just some of the risks. So to sell the covered call contract, all you do is you go to the bid column and you click on where it says 16 and this little tab opens down here. Now you know that you are selling a covered call when it is red. So you want to go here and you want to drop that number all the way down to 1 because I got 100 shares. I am selling one contract. Then you go over here, you hit confirm and send. And yet again, you can see all of the account number, your balance and stuff like that. But you can also see here that your max profit is $16. That's what I'm going to make when I go over here and I hit send. All right, so in a nutshell, you buy the shares, you immediately sell a covered call, you get a premium. Someone gives you that money that you get to keep no matter what. So if Rivian is $15 on Friday at close, my shares are gone, sold at $12.50 because this is the agreement we're making, but I get to keep that $16. If it's under $12.50, so if it's $12.49 or below, in almost every scenario, you will end up keeping your shares and you still get to keep the premium. Now look, I know $16 isn't a lot of money. It's about a little bit less than 1.5%, which is pretty good. It's pretty good to make 1.5% on your money every single week. You might say, hey, this is only $16. What am I going to do with $16, especially nowadays, which I understand. But think of it more as like a learning experience that you're learning how to do something that can make you more money down the road. And yeah, $16 a week, it's about $64 a month. It can go towards paying a bill or money to invest. There's one last thing you need to know about, which is the profit you make from this will be taxed as short-term capital gains, which is at a higher tax rate. You need to talk to an accountant to learn about what amount of money you should set aside for taxes from this money. Now, some people will say, can't you just do this in a Roth IRA to avoid the taxes? I say that's kind of stupid. It ruins the benefit of the Roth IRA for long-term wealth building, all to avoid taxes on, what, 64 bucks? Come on. Plus, if you're using this to supplement your income, you don't really have access to that money in the Roth. So that is how to sell covered calls in a nutshell. Please watch this $180 a week playlist as I cover lots of other examples. I go over some of the risks and some of the options that you have as a trader in case something goes south and you don't know what to do.